Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you with Josue Productions Reacts for this collab video today, and this is going to be for the top 20 Starset songs. And I got a chance to go through my list. I had to write my list mostly, so basically I'm going to discuss what I'm going to talk about from 20 to 1, and it's going to be a little lengthy of a video, but I'll try to get it done as quick as I can, and I'll let you know my thoughts on each track that I picked. So let's dive into this special video. Now, number 20 is Echo. Honestly, Echo was pretty good, but I don't know, this was more of a fillerish song with how it sounded. I didn't hate it. It's made it in my top 20, but overall it's pretty solid track for how it sounds, and Dustin Bates' vocals worked with this track, and the melody was pretty simple and it was more electronic kind of stuff, but I think for what they went for with this track, it performed pretty well. So number 20 is Echo. Number 19 is Icarus. Now, I like this song a lot, but I chose it at this spot because I don't know if I like it all that much, personally. It's a great song. I really like the build-up in the track, and the thematics that Starset goes for. Like, their themes for their outros for each song are pretty amazing, and it leads into the next track, which is pretty cool. So basically, I chose Icarus at this spot because I felt that it was a strong track, but did tend to like shift with its melody some of the time. But still, it's a great song. I highly recommend you check it out. Off the Horizons album. So at number 19 is Icarus. Number 18 is Stratosphere. I actually do like this track. It does have some electronic breakdowns during this track, and the breakdown in the bridge part was pretty amazing, and it really gets you pumped up for how the song overall sounds. So this is a pretty good song, and I picked it at number 18. Number 17 is Monster. I personally think this is a good track. Not one of my all-time favorites, but it is in my top 20 because I personally wanted it to be in my top 20 because it's a good song. And overall, the verses are pretty simple. The chorus, the pre-chorus or building up to the pre-chorus kind of stuff or whatever, it's interesting, and it builds up as the track goes on, and it repeats the same thing, but it is a catchy track. So I really like this song. So at number 17 is Monster. I almost said 5 out of 5 for a second. At number 16 is Last to Fall. I really enjoyed this track. Overall, it is a pretty amazing song with how it sounds. Dustin Bates' vocals and his scream vocals in this track are amazing. So I really dig this track, and this is one of my favorites. So at number 16 is Last to Fall. Number 15 is Everglow. I like the experimentation with this song and how mellow it sounds during the beginning and close to the 3-4 minute section of the song. It's a pretty good song. One of my favorites in the top 15. So at number 15 is Everglow. Number 14 is Satellite. I really enjoyed this track overall with how it sounds, and it's such an amazing song. I personally think this was a great track, but would I say it's one of my favorites? Hard to tell, but it's a grower. It's after the Order song, which it has a good build up, and Dustin Bates' vocals go from one high to another high when the chorus comes in, and it sounds really amazing. So at number 14 is Satellite. Number 13 is Disappear. I really enjoyed this track with how it sounds, and overall I love the melody. I love the transition with just the overall sense and how the melody sounds, and Dustin Bates' vocals are quite outstanding in this track, and he really brings it with this song. In certain vocals, I think with the Horizons album, they really impressed me with that album. I really love that album. It is a must-own kind of album. I wouldn't say everything off Horizons was great, but there were some pretty good songs from it. So basically, at number 13 is Disappear. At number 12 is This Endless Endeavor. I like Dustin Bates' vocals and the "Oh Yo, Gone Without You" lyric. Can't be forever, go on without you, this endless endeavor. I really enjoyed how the overall structure and the song wise it sounds. It is amazing, and it's a good transition to one melody to another, and it really transitions the whole song in a good way. So pretty much I'd give this a 5 out of 5, but still great song. And at number 12 is This Endless Endeavor. Number 11 is Die For You. I really enjoyed this song with how it sounds overall. And this was a great song. And just basically it's a love ballad kind of song, but it sounds really good with how Dustin Bates is singing it. And vocal wise, I think the bridge part is the best part of the song, to be honest. And it sounds pretty good. I'm sorry about my yawning. Just it's been a day mostly. I've had to go to Orlando with my mom and my sister because my sister's going out of town, which she just went on her trip. So basically, yeah, she's on her trip now, but she's not coming back till the 25th. So that's what's been going on. So basically, at number 11 is Die For You. I really enjoyed this track. Number 10 is Let It Die. I really like this song with how it sounds overall, and this is a great song with how it overall sounds. Let It Die, I like Dustin Bates' vocals. It overall, he shines through this track with his vocals, and the chorus is the best. It's probably one of the best Starset choruses I've listened to, in my opinion, but who knows? There might be other songs that prove to be better, but it made it at my number 10 spot. So number 10 is Let It Die. Number 9 is Manifest. I really like this song. It is the second track on the Divisions album, but it sounds really good. When I first heard the song, I was really digging that chorus. There is a lot of electronic stuff through this song, but overall, Dustin Bates' vocals sound really good with this song. And this is a great song. So at number 9 is Manifest. So number 8 is, number 8 would be Into the Unknown. I really like this song with how it overall sounds, and it's just an outstanding song. And I've had to mix up my last 10 and try to think of songs that I really personally liked. So basically, pretty much Into the Unknown has great chorus. Dustin Bates' vocals are outstanding in this song, and just overall how the melody shifts and his screaming vocals are great in this track. And just overall, it sounds really good. So number 8 is basically Into the Unknown. Number 7 is Rise and Fall. I really like this song. It is probably the best closing track for the Transmission album, or however I'm trying to title it or whatever. Basically, I think Rise and Fall was a very underrated track, but it sounds really good with how Dustin Bates is singing the chorus. And it does repeat itself a few times, but the basic verses are amazing. I really like the spacey feel and the atmospheric vibe I'm getting with this track, and it overall executes pretty well. So, at number 7 is Rise and Fall. Number 6 is My Demons. Great song, and I pretty much like that chorus when it comes in, and just overall Dustin Bates' vocals are outstanding. So at number 6 is My Demons. It's a very popular song that came out back in 2014 is when their first album came out. So they've been around for about 9 years, almost 10 years now. So pretty much at number 6 is My Demons. At number 5 is The Breach. I really like this song, and overall it sounds amazing. So basically, Dustin Bates' vocals really shine in this song, and in that chorus he really raises his vocals. In the bridge it's amazing too. So I really dig this song. It's one of the best Starset songs that is in my top 5. So at number 5 is Breach, The Breach. Number 4 is going to be Earthrise. I really like this song overall, and it sounds very well executed. So I think this is one of my favorite songs. It sounds like a ballad for most of it, but it transitions into really amazing drum work and guitar work, and Dustin Bates' vocals are quite outstanding. The violin work in this is outstanding too, don't get me wrong. So I think they did very well with this song. And at number 4 is Earthrise. And number 3 is going to be Carnivore. Now, this is a personal favorite. You always got to add Carnivore with this on this list. So I'd put this in my top 5 because I chose to put it in my top 5 because it's an outstanding track. It sounds really good, and vocally, Dustin Bates' vocals are great, and this is one of the debut classic Starset songs that you can listen to. That is on their first album, Transmissions. So it's an amazing song. So at number 3 is Carnivore. Number 2 is Halo. I really enjoyed this song with how it overall sounds. Dustin Bates' vocals in the chorus is amazing. It's a song before Carnivore, but it sounds really good. Atmospheric wise and space feely kind of stuff. It works. This track is outstanding, but it's not number 1 because there is a song that is number 1 that I personally deem to be my number 1. But at number 2 is Halo, and I got some honorable mentions to mention. So Infected is one of them. Really like this song and how it overall sounds. The next one's going to be Symbiotic. I really dig this track, but do I dig it a lot? It's an honorable mention. It sounds really good overall. The next one is going to be, Leaving This World Behind. And then, Leaving This World Behind sounds really good with how, basically Dustin Bates is singing it. And overall, it's an amazing song. I wish it could have been on my list, but I personally deemed it to be in my basic honorable mentions. So yeah, that's my number 3. I got 2 more to mention, and then I'll get to my number 1 pick. At number 4 is Gravity of You. Great song, really like it, and I think this is a very underrated song, but it sounds really good atmospheric wise and has that space feel that sounds really amazing, and it transitions from the 7th song Into the Unknown to Gravity of You. I wish I could have put this on my basic top 20, but it was deemable enough to be at number 4. And at number 5 is going to be Other Worlds Than These. This is a great song. I like the overall synth stuff and how it sounds. And I guess I could add one more because I might have like 6 or 7 to talk about. So 1 or 2 more. I'm sorry, I'm being a little picky because I like Starset with what they go for overall, and they are an amazing band. Definitely recommend checking them out with their overall sound. So Basically, Other Worlds and These was great. I like the intro is a little weird, but I think the overall sound of the song is amazing, and it is a great track. Recommend checking it out. At number 5, or number 5 mention, I believe, is going to be Perfect Machine. Great song. Wish it could have been in my certain top 20 list, but it didn't make it in the top 20, but it is an outstanding song, so recommend checking it out. The sixth one I'm going to mention is going to be Unbecoming. Great song. Really like how it sounds overall, and it's a great track. So that's my number 6 mention. Dustin Bates' vocals sound really good from the beginning, and then they build up and transition as the rest of the track goes on. Once it progresses on, the track sounds really outstanding. So basically, that's my 6th mention. And finally, I'm going to mention Something Wicked. This one is a very overrated track, but I still like it for how it sounds. It is a pretty good closing track. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites, but it is a great closing track to end the Horizons album. I know some people didn't really like this song, but overall, I think it sounded good and really can sing along to this track. So that is my honorable mentions, and now getting to the number 1 is going to be Diving Bell. I love this song. This is probably a number 1 favorite. Best song to close the Divisions album. I would have picked Trials, but I wasn't that much of a fan of Trials. I mean, Trials wasn't bad, but I wasn't really all keen on it. As of now, I just haven't come back to that song that much. It's a great track, but it's not my favorite. But still, Diving Bell is one of the best closing tracks to the Divisions album, and it is a must for your number 1, personally. Because when I first heard it, I was like, holy crap, Dustin Bates' vocals are amazing in this track. And just the overall experimentation in the song sounds really breathtakingly amazing. The In My Mind Endless Sleep, or something like this, calling from the bottom but you don't hear me, send your line down to me, broken all around like a refugee, or something like that. I can't remember the lyrics, but still an amazing track overall, and I chose that as my number 1 pick. And I'm going to hand this off to Josue Productions because that is the end of my list. So hopefully you'll enjoy his list and his take on things, and thanks for watching my take on it.
Hello, Josue Productions here. Today we're going to talk about Starset top 20 songs that are my personal favorite. As you probably have heard already, Brian delivers you the goods that already gave his top 20. So today, that's what I'm going to do as well. Let's start with my ranked 20, Die For You. As much as this song is loved by a lot of people, it's a great love song. It didn't quite get anywhere near the top 10. There's so many songs I really wanted to put as 20, and it just couldn't. But melody is beautiful. It is very repetitive. The thing about Vessels is they have the same formula with a lot of their songs, like Monsters, Satellite, Die For You, Starlight. And I think it's mainly the musical melody pattern, kind of similar to a lot of other songs that they have on that album. But I still love it. I love the song. The electronics is great. I love the backup vocals or the choir in the background, whatever you want to call it. It's quite awesome of a track. I used to love it a lot more. Now that as years has continued, I don't love it as much, but I still like it. I feel like Starset really has matured in their lyrics over time, over the years. So next one is Everglow at number 19. It's an outro track, but I love this track. It has literally everything that was in Vessels built into one song. You're going from the soft electronic work that kind of reminds me of Mannequin, of his side, Dustin Bates' solo project. You're going from the electronic work to then it kind of builds up, and then this creepy bridge part, and then it escalates into this chaotic where everything busts into the whole song all at once. The drums, the guitar, the electronic, the screaming, and it's just crazy. Like, what is going on? And then you got the other outro of that outro song, which is like a musical outro where it's basically the ending credits of this movie, and it's awesome. I love Everglow. I've definitely come to love it a lot more over the years. Number 18 is Waking Up. Waking Up is actually one of the songs of Starset that people don't really like. And because it's all electronic bass, there's no actual instruments that I know of in this track. And actually, it's quite relaxing. I love listening to this song just to relax, to, just move with the beat, and it's just so good. It's short, but it does the job pretty quick and very satisfying. The number 17 is Unbecoming. This one was a hard one to choose, but Unbecoming is actually something I've become to really like over the years. It used to be one of my least favorite songs, but then this is kind of just I don't want to say generic, but it's just a very simple track, but it's just such a good song. His vocals, Dustin really knows how to do chorus, and the chorus is such a beauty, and I love the in between from the chorus to this crushing guitar rhythm. It's just so amazing. I love it, and I don't know how to put it. It reminds me of a different song that they do. Maybe it's this endless endeavor, but I love it. Number 16 is Dark on Me. This song is such a beautiful track to listen to. It's just the lyrics are so beautiful. It's like, you went dark on me. Like, this could be pictured as a breakup song, or a song that you lost a loved one. And in this case, I think it's more of a loss of a loved one. I think it hits for me. And it's just so beautiful. It's definitely something I want Starset to continue to do in their newer music they are about to make their fifth album or come out. The fifth album is about to come out, so it'll be really fun. Number 15 is Diving Bell. I actually adore this song. This song has definitely gone down over the years, but I still adore it. His vocals, this was the song that Dustin's vocals really, really stood out, I think, than any other track that he's ever made for Starset. Hey, little buddy. And it's just so beautiful. And then you got it's so cinematic. And that's what I love about the song. The violin and the cello in the background, you can just hear him just going crazy in the background. It's just so perfect. And then it abruptly stops into this very ominous outro with this chanting by the fire. It's very unique, and I think it's one of the different. It was very an abrupt stop to their album, and I at first I never liked it, but then I was like, okay, I can't like it. Number 14 is Anti-Gravity. This song is so good. This is what I want to hear more in their upcoming album, with the piano and the synths going crazy in the background as the chorus is going. And they used to do that on transmissions and vessels, but mainly transmissions, with the synth work and the piano all at the same time going crazy. And that's what I love about this one. This one is so unique. It reminds me of some sort of Disney song, kind of, for whatever reason, the chorus. Then I love the outro. The outro is the most cinematic outro they've ever had. This is the best outro I think they have ever had, they ever made. Anti-Gravity is such a beautiful song. Very well written. Next one, number 13, Stratosphere. I love Stratosphere. I love Stratosphere so much, and I think that's one of the least favorite song on Divisions is Stratosphere, but the breakdown is so unique. It's such a EDM heavy metal mixed together breakdown or gent, and it's so different, but I love it. Now the vocals is kind of stale at times. It kind of seems like he's just fear, okay, floating in your stare. But the more I've heard it, I've come to appreciate the vocals. Sometimes there's songs where I was like, why is he putting hardly any emotion? But it's kind of, if you listen to the lyrics, you'll understand why. This song and this Endless Endeavor kind of has that feeling. But what it's talking about is something that they used to be doing with this person, and then whether it was death or whether it was something tragic or a breakup or something, that life has changed and has become kind of meaningless to you in a way, in a sense. But that's what I love about Stratosphere. It's such a beautiful song. For a long time I didn't understand the meaning of that song, but as I've gotten older. It's now 4 years old, on its way to be 5 years old. I've kind of understand a little bit more of this track. Number 12 is Frequency. Now, this one took a long time for me to really like, but the fact that that screaming that Dustin Bates has in this song is one of the unique and better ones that he has. And I think as a song as a whole, it's very awesome. I love everything about this. It's a heavy song and it's a very unique one. And I think this was such a good song for In Vessels After Satellite. Very well positioned, and I've gone to grow to love this song. The strings are beautiful, Dustin's voice is aggressive, and I love this song. Number 11 is The Future Is Now. Now, this one is so cinematic to me. It goes right into the instruments right away, but it's so cinematic, and I love how cinematic it is. And then you got before the breakdown, there's this long, just beautiful, like you can almost fall asleep to it. And then as soon as you're about to fall asleep, this crushing scream Dustin Bates just lets out, and it's so awesome. And then that cool outro with the cool sense, like do 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 do. And if you actually put them together, if you put that outro and then put De-Evolution right after that, sounds kind of cool. Try to do that once. But love the song, beautiful. Now we go to my top 10. Now I've entered the like just the high class songs that I love, and the first one is Perfect Machine. This song when it came out was my favorite off Divisions. It's kind of come down over the years, but I still love Divisions. I mean, I still love this song. It reminds me of Ricochet, but a better version of Ricochet. The way the structure is very similar. It kind of builds, and then you got the bridge, and it goes right into the second chorus. Pretty, like almost sign like just goes into the chorus just without a stop, kind of like Ricochet does. But I think it's a lot more full of a song than Ricochet. Ricochet's not even my top 20, sad to say. I know that people love that song. It's not been my thing, but I love the song, but it's not my top 20. But Perfect Machine is a lot better. Very unique, different style, and I really love the Divisions because, of how unique and different it is compared to the rest. Number 9 is The Breach. Now, this one definitely, as I loved at first, then it kind of went down, and then I just been loving this song. I listened to it a lot, and it's such a beautiful song to put as your first track in Horizons after that intro, and it's so different with the genty guitar work going on and the electronic vocal that's going back, like repeating the breach or a breach, and it's just so cool, and it's such a different song, but at the same time it's really cool, and you can really hear Dustin Bates really the production level in Horizons is amazing. And I don't know if you noticed, but this is the first Horizon song, and it won't be the last Horizon song on my list at all. Horizon's actually my favorite album, and if I'm going in order, it's going to be Horizons, Vessels, Divisions, and then Transmissions. I know people who love most people who are Starset fans love Transmissions, like at least for sure top 2. As much as I love that song, or that album, it's not my top 3. And it's sad, but I feel bad. That's just me personally. But The Breach is amazing. Number 8 is Into the Unknown, and I love the synth work that's going on. And then it just goes genty. This song is genty, and this is the style I love when it comes to Starset. Right before the breakdown, the gent breakdown, you got this really creepy sound, like Jack in the Box sound, almost like. It's just so good. And then bam, the distorted sound. It's so unique and so different, but I just love it so much, and I'm like looking forward to more songs like this in the future. Ooh. Number 7 is Devolution. Devolution's so unique and different. When I first heard it, it was like, whoa, this is fast. And it was the heaviest one there. When they go heavy, they're not that fast normally. They're kind of slow paced. I mean, Into the Unknown's kind of fastish, but Devolution was such a punch in the face, it's such a hard hitting song. And then the lyrics, if you listen to it, it's so cool. I love the lyrics, and it's such a high speed, high energy song. And then you got this very much like It Has Begun type of interlude, and then it goes into the breakdown of the screaming, which is amazing. I hope to see or hear more of Dustin screams in the future in the albums. Lately, they just kind of put 1 or 2 songs that they actually scream in. They don't really do it often anymore, not like they ever did, but Vessels definitely had the most. Love this song. Leaving This Word Behind is number 6. When I first heard this song brought me joy. And the thing about Horizons is, as much as it is kind of a depressing album at times when you get to the end, The first half is super positive and super joyful and happy, and that's what I'm looking for when it comes to Starset. I'm used to a lot of depressing songs, so when Starset puts out something a little high energy, joyful song, I get it takes a hold of me pretty fast. I like that. Leaving This World Behind has high energy and high positivity, and then all of a sudden this chaotic breakdown occurs, which I love, the gent. And it kind of shows as a storyline for like a actual album as a whole. It kind of showed the dysfunction that was about to occur, the mayhem that was about to occur after the first half, and then what would happen after his love of his life. And then all of a sudden, now you're gone, and now all this happened. It was kind of just like a little hint that something is about to happen, but for the bad, not for the good. But this song is so happy and so joyful, and it reminds me of a lot like Vessels. It reminds me of the space, back to the space theme. That's what I love about this song too. Number 5 is This Endless Endeavor. I love this song. Now, this song very much misled me. I will say I thought this song was probably the most, like, if I had anything to say bad about Horizons, was that this song they missed out when it comes to screaming. This was a perfect song to scream in. Didn't. That's okay. I'm not gonna be too upset with it. I thought it was gonna be the heaviest song they've ever made, and it wasn't. How about that? But as much as I was disappointed, this song is actually one of the best songs I've ever heard when it comes to Starset. It was beautifully made, and now that my sister-in-law passed away, it kind of means a lot more to me now than it did before. But now this oh god, it just so it makes you just want to punch the air, and then it goes back to sadness, and then just wants you to punch the air again and sadness, and it's just so beautiful. And this song once again kind of goes back to Vessels with the space theme, and I like this. Number 4 is Manifest. Oh my gosh, this one's so good. With the intro and then the big instruments that was going crazy with this creepy violin does the I was like, what the heck is going on around here? But I love Manifest. His vocals are beautiful. When it comes to the second verse, I love the violin where it gets really a lot more prominent. That's not the word I'm looking for, but you really hear the violin in the second verse a lot more, and I love this song. Very hard song, heavy song, at the same time not really heavy. It's just so unique. It has heaviness, some pop elements too, and then it's just an all-out good song. I love it. Number 3, now we get to my top 3 all-time favorite Starset songs. Number 3, Earthrise. The song was so beautiful. It kind of reminded me of like Perfect Machine and Ricochet structurally, but way better than any of them. This one blows a lot of these out of the water. The lyrics are so beautiful. The intro is so beautiful. The instrumental is so beautiful. His vocals are so beautiful. I love the callback when he says, I was waiting for the sky to change, but oh, it never did. And it's just so good. Like, you go from waiting on the sky to change. I was waiting for all this to happen, and just bam, all these things are happening. I'm still waiting for it to go get better. My life is not getting better. And then you go from Earthrise, you realize that you actually have to change it yourself. You can't just wait for life to change itself. It's just so beautiful. I love Earthrise. Just a joyful song. Number 2 is Telekinetic. Oh my goodness. When this song came out, this was my favorite song on Divisions. I was like, what is going on? The lyrics is creepy. The vibe is creepy. The sound, the aesthetic is creepy. It's just so creepy. But then it gets this breakdown that you never heard Starset ever do. And it just goes on for 40 seconds. And you thought it was over. But nope, it slows down and gets even heavier. And then it goes back to the weird electronic vocals that were going from male to female AI sound. And then it goes back to the chorus. I can't breathe with the thought of you. It was like, oh my goodness. And as cheesy as it is when it comes, when he says kinetic, it kind of fits. As at first it was like, this is kind of weird, but I was like, okay, I like it. It's fun. It's fun to sing to with. I love the song. Heavy, amazing, has some hip hop vibes. Still love it. Love it. Love it. Number 1, this is the only song that Starset has ever put out that made me cry. Heard 20 seconds of it and I was crying. And it's because it makes me think of my wife. Otherworldly. I love this song. The it's so majestic. It's such a gem of a song. The strings just swirl, and it's such beauty in the lyrics. So much. You're just glorifying this person, not like worshiping, but like just really putting this person on a throne almost with the lyrics. It's just so like you're just so beautiful. This is so amazing, and it again goes back to the space vibe along with Earthrise. I love the space theme. It definitely is hard hitting. I know this is not the favorite of everyone, but I remember one reaction. Someone was crying at the very end, and it was like, man, I know, I understand. This song is amazing. Love the outro, this beautiful orchestra. Oh my goodness. And that is my top 20. Love Starset. I will definitely try to review all the albums soon. And I thank Brian for this opportunity to collab finally. After 4 years, I've been watching him, so let's get it. Have a good day, and as always, see you next time.